Hey y'all, it's me, Amanda. Today I'm going to walk you through the basics of input and output in C++ from Chapter 3 Input and Output. If you're new to programming or just need a refresher, you're in the right place. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you are unable to do that, you will need to log in. If you do not have a YouTube account, you can create one free and it takes less than a minute. In this video, we discuss some interesting topics, such as I/O streams and standard I/O devices, using predefined functions in a program, and input failure. From there, we will talk about output and formatting output. Then, additional output formatting tools. Then we will go into input-output and the string type, debugging, understanding logic errors, and debugging with count statements, and file output. So let's strap in and get ready for the ride. When we talk about input and output, we're usually referring to how we get data into our program and how we display data out of our program. A program performs three basic operations. It gets data, it manipulates the data, and it outputs the results. In C++, I/O is a sequence of bytes called a stream, from the source to the destination. The bytes are usually characters, unless the program requires other types of information, such as a graphic image or digital speech. Therefore, a stream is a sequence of characters from the source to the destination. There are two types of streams. Input stream is a sequence of characters from an input device to the computer. The fstream header file contains the definitions of two data types, ifstream and offstream. Output stream, a sequence of characters from the computer to an output device. I/O functions are typically called stream member functions. To receive data from the keyboard and send output to the screen, every C++ program must use the header file I/O stream. This header file contains, among other things, the definitions of two data types, iStream, input stream. I hope I am not putting you to sleep. Variables of type isStream are called input stream variables. Dot notation is used to separate an input stream variable name from its member, or function name. The header file also contains two variable declarations, one for sin, pronounced cin, which stands for common input, and one for cout, pronounced cout, which stands for common output. To use sin and cout, every C++ program must use the preprocessor directive. The output stream variables can use the manipulator setFill to fill the unused columns with a character other than a space. The manipulator scientific is used to output floating point numbers in scientific format. I think that was delightful. Did it make you happy? I hope so. So that's a quick rundown on basic input and output in C++. That was simple enough. Now let's talk about our next topic, right after this short break. The manipulator scientific is used to output floating point numbers in scientific format. Another name for function arguments is function parameters. When a function executes, it accomplishes something. The function main, a function also called a subprogram, is a set of instructions. All right, first things first. When we talk about input and output, we're usually referring to how we get data into our program and how we display data out of our program. When a function executes, it accomplishes something. The function main, a very useful function, POW, called the power function, can be used to calculate XY in a program. Think of cin as short for character input. It's part of the I/O stream library, so make sure you include that at the top of your code. To use a predefined function in a program, you need to know the name of the header file containing the specification of the function, and include that header file in the program. In addition, you need to know the name of the function, the number of parameters the function takes, and the type of each parameter. You must also be aware of what the function is going to do. For example, to use the function POW, you must include the header file cmath. The function POW has two parameters, which are decimal numbers. The function calculates the first parameter to the power of the second parameter. When the computer executes this statement, A is stored in HH1, the blank is skipped by the extraction operator. The character 2 is stored in HH2, and 5 is stored in num. However, what if you intended to store A in HH1, the blank in H2, and 25 in num? It is clear that you cannot use the extraction operator to input this data. The extraction operator takes two operands, In C++, the dot is an operator called the member access operator. Easy peasy, right? So, that's a quick rundown on these topics. Remember, practice makes perfect. Now on to more topics. In the sin.get statement, varchar is a char variable. Varchar, which appears in parentheses following the function name, is called the argument or parameter of the function. The effect of the preceding statement would be to store the next input character in the variable varchar. When you want to process only partial data, say within a line, the syntax to use the function ignore is sin ignore inexp chexp. Simple enough, right? In C++, we use something called sin to get input from the user. Think of sin as short for character input. To use a parameterized stream manipulator in a C++ program, you must include the header file iomanip. The syntax to use the function putback is isstreamvar.putback.ch. To read a string containing blanks, you can use the function getLine. When an input stream enters the fail state, the system ignores all further I/O using that stream. You can use the stream function clear to restore the input stream to a working state. The syntax to use the function clear is isstreamvar.clear. When an input stream enters the fail state, the system ignores all further I/O using that stream. You can use the stream function clear to restore the input stream to a working state. You can use the stream function clear to restore the input stream to a working state. A valuable tool to have at your disposal. If a function is hung, you can use it like reset the function to the original state. The stream function peek looks into the input stream and tells you what the next character is without removing it from the input stream. Usually, the default output of floating point numbers is scientific notation. However, when an employee's paycheck is printed, the desired output is a maximum of 2 decimal places. To left justify output in C++, use the left manipulator. The general syntax of the set precision manipulator is set precision (n). The result of attempting to read invalid data is input failure. Easy peasy, right? The result of attempting to read invalid data is input failure. Inputting data in a program from the keyboard is comfortable as long as the amount of input is very small. Sending output to the screen works well if the amount of data is small, and you do not want to distribute the output in a printed format to others. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. To see more videos like this, please click in the rectangle in the middle of your screen. To see other videos from this channel and to subscribe to the channel, please click the circle on the bottom right. Thanks for tuning in. Happy coding, y'all!